Still pixelated, ain't it? I'm gonna take this out my fucking Wi-Fi here. Okay. I'm off my Wi-Fi. Period. I reset the Wi-Fi, came back, and it's still doing it. So I disconnected the Wi-Fi on my cell phone. I'm on the cell towers now. No problems. So it's something definitely with my Wi-Fi upstairs. Maybe I need to get a cat cord and plug my Wi-Fi tower into my computer down here and then go directly up my tower for my live using my phone. I can also go live off of my PC instead of my phone, but use my phone as a camera, if you know what I mean. If I have a Cat 8 cord hooked to my PC from my Wi-Fi, I won't have any interruptions, any bad shit, and then just run vertical on my PC. Yeah, see, I went off the Wi-Fi. I'm not running out my Wi-Fi upstairs now. I'm on the cell tower. So my cell phone's fine. Obviously, it's my Wi-Fi. So, that's it. Get back to where I was here. Plug my phone back in. Okay, that's nice. That's good. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I should have took, when I was live the first time, I should have just took it off the Wi-Fi. Man, it's right. Bugging the shit out of me. Way better. Yes, about time. Okay, here's where I'm at. I'm still shaping the handle around here a little bit, but it's getting to be about how I like it to eat. I like to eat like this and like this, but it feels good. But I want to get this back of this handle a little skinnier. That's crazy, man. This fucking grain is crazy on this wood. That's because it's quarter sunk. It's not flat sunk. Yep, so far it's looking good, skateboard, huh? Way better, huh, Gene? Get off that damn Wi-Fi. So we know it's not my cell phone, so that's good news. Like I said, I'm gonna hardwire my Wi-Fi tower up to my you know, up to my PC and just use my camera as my phone as a camera to my PC. It's great to my psoriasis. Sorry, folks. A Cat 8 cord they said to use to hook your PC directly up to your Wi-Fi or your tower, I mean. You don't lose no speed from the signal from here upstairs to the Wi-Fi tower. Signal's coming directly down here. That'll make the hand a little skinnier too, I think. It's a little too fat. A little too fat for my liking. That's getting a lot better. I'm not the fastest carver, but I get the job done looking nice. I open my notebook up here. See how that looks. Ugh. Oh, what the heck is that? Live. Okay. Here we go. That looks good. I'm seeing what you guys are seeing on your cell phone now. All right. We know what? Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. They're telling me that. going to make this handle way skinnier. It's too fat. Man, I'm gonna go back to the stump, thin this thing out. Go back to the stump with the axe. Oh shit! Sorry. Sorry about that. Uh-oh, he don't like me over here. Still a better picture than what it was. There, that's a lot better. Okay, I can live with that. Back over to the other. Back over to the desk. I can live with that. That's a lot better. Too thick, man. It takes forever to knife it down. That's about where I want it. I don't want it too fat because it's easier to thumb it that way. You get it too fat, it's harder to thumb. There we go. Now we're talking. Man. Hey, Jacqueline. Welcome. Man. About the thickness I want it right there. Makes it easier to work in your fingers. You don't want it too thick here, you know. Like a regular spoon, they don't have really thick handles on them. This is an eating spoon, so not a stirring spoon. A stirring spoon, like I said, it wouldn't matter. I got a lot of bulk in here I want to take out yet. So you can see, I've been at it a couple hours. You know, it takes good 4 or 5 hours to carve out a good spoon, you know. So you can plan on that 5 to 6 hours minimum. Especially with a harder wood like this. Now it's starting to get where I want it. Now it's a matter of figuring out how I like it in my mouth. A little bit too wide. That's why I'm divorced, Cliff said. Cliff fell in, he thinks. Fell in the toilet. Getting there. Oh, yeah. It looks about the right shape. Lawrence, how's your health? What? Lawrence who? Yeah, I like that little roundness. Bangles is Lawrence. Oh, okay. I got you. Welcome, Bangles. I missed you. Missed you coming in. All right. I'm starting to get that perfect shape on the bottom here. Yeah. Not too thick. Because, you know, if you're going to be eating with this, you don't want a really thick-ass spoon to be fucking with. Especially when it comes to sticking it in your mouth, right? Unless you got a big-ass mouth. Oh, man, what a workout. What a workout. I'll eat me a bowl of soup with it tomorrow. It's getting there. Sometimes the bigger knife is the best. That's nice and straight. Yeah. Gordon, which is the easier, wood walnut or Osage? I'd probably say the Osage. They're about equal, really. Depends on the cut. I mean, that Osage was easier because I had a flat sawn piece of wood. This is quarter sawn. I'm basically going diagonal some in lots of places on the grain. But it's a piece of walnut that I had and I liked it. So I'm like, it could still be carved. It just takes a little longer. If this was flat sawn, it'd be a lot easier. And I showed you the difference between quarter sawn and flat sawn. Essentially, the grain's on a 45-degree angle and it's not flat. Makes a big difference. I got this fucking divot here that just won't go away. I mean, I think Osage and walnut's equally as hard. Certain cuts are, I know that. Oh, shit. Man, I'd like to get this whole fucking bowl here chopped down. Just too much. Like I said, you don't want it to be too thick in the mouth. There we go. I'm getting the thickness I want it now. Getting closer. I can hack away at this with my hatchet if I wanted to, but I just like staying here. It's got too much over here. It's getting better. Wrong direction. I need to sharpen this thing. I'm carving a walnut eating spoon for the last few hours. Getting down to the nitty gritty now. The final shape, and then it'll be time to take out the bowl. Yeah, that's starting to get there. That final shape I want. I want a little thinner here yet. You can tell. A little bit more here. Like I said, you don't want a big bulk when you put it in your mouth. The food should take up majority of what's coming in, out of the spoon in your mouth, not the spoon itself. Now note, this is a knife channel. I normally make knives, but I get on tangents on the weekends when I ain't doing nothing to do what I love to do is carve wood. So what else do you carve wood with but knives, right? So people get to learn knife skills with me on wood, as well as watching me make knives. So if you're new to the channel, this is nothing new to a lot of my viewers, my regulars. You never know what I'm going to be carving, making, out of wood, steel. I offer some variety on my channel, so you're not bored with me doing the same damn thing all the time on live. But I do have a new channel that I'm going to be doing most of this on. My backwoodsman channel that I just started. I'll be going live on that once I get enough people to, once I get 100 subscribers. Down in the nitty gritty here. I'm essentially putting now an angle in here, just in this area, where it comes to a point. This will remain flat. That angle is what allows the spoon, when you're holding it with your thumbs, to roll around on your finger as you're eating. This here just can stay flat. It doesn't have to be angled all the way down. You know, that way you can just thumb it if you want to eat like this. But if you want to get control with the spoon, having a pointed area here helps you roll it, you know, get in there, get the diggings, and the diggings that are good, right? Yep, that's right, Barber. That's cool, Bengals. Like to hear that. Lawrence, should I say? Man, I just can't seem to get this little fucking divot out right here, man. It just pisses me off. This is an area I'm just gonna have to sand. Get my angle and forget about it. The sanding will get it out. See what I mean? An angle here and there. You got two different grains come together right here. So all right. I'm to the point now where I can put my final shape on this for before sanding. When I sand it, it'll get it perfect. This is my signature on the end of my spoons. All my spoons, I like to put an angled ending on it. You get a spoon, that'll be on the end of it. For me. Come on, man. Why? Leave it alone. Sand it. That looks pretty damn good. A little bit right here. Down to my final shape, folks. Then sanding, hand sanding, stroking it like that, that'll get it nice, perfect. Divot gives it unconsequential characters. Congrats on the continued success of your channel. Oh, thanks, Bengals. It's hope we grow and grow. Thing is I offer variety, you know what I mean? People ain't so bored with my channel after a while because I do something different all the time. And too, you know, when I start, I'm able to film on my other channel or go live. I mean, you'll have a place to go to watch something different from me. If you just want to keep this one, the knives. Now, I got to straighten this out more. It's too abrupt coming up. I want it more flat. I can go hit this with the hatchet real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. There, it's not so fat now. I still got a little bit more here to do. Been a fun adventure so far. That's cool. As long as I'm being entertaining, that's all that matters. You just could turn off your computer or your phones and go to bed at any time. I don't ask you to stay up and watch me all night. Barbara's a night owl. I don't expect her to be here as much as she is, but that's her choice. Yeah, this is going to be a nice spoon, man. I can't wait to eat with it tomorrow. It helps keep your mind off of stuff. That's cool. I just hope I'm not too boring sometimes. Great moderators, that's cool. Yep, they've been good to me. I appreciate every one of them. You all remember in the beginning, I had to get rid of two of those, and they'll never be back. I won that knife the other day on that guy's YouTube channel. He was talking a shit about me. But you know what? The truth comes out about guys like him. Sooner or later, them guys will get sick of his ass too. His little cocky, arrogant little ass. They will get enough of him. Making rules on the giveaway because he didn't want me to win what he was giving away. I didn't want it anyways. And if I would have won it, I was going to gift it to somebody else in life. And I did. I won two pick your number drawings out of the four they did. I won two of them, the first two. Louis didn't like that I hit his number. So they gave it to another guy that had the same number. Usually if you both have the same number, you do a draw off, right? Not with them guys. Because of Louis. Now I can't win twice. Gotta give somebody else a chance to win. Alright, you shyster. That's just the way he is. You don't have to be sorry. Sorry I fell in, but I'm okay now. Would you fall in the toilet again, Paul? I once was lost, but now I'm found. That's Louis' story. I once was lost and I'll never be found. I'm losing more and more respect of him the more he runs his mouth on these lives. His little punk ass motherfucker, man. If he was over, I'll show him what a 60-year-old man can do to a fucking 40-year-old punk. His fat ass ain't half as fast as me. I don't like talking shit about people, but when they deserve it, I do. Don't go on there. On where? Them guys that had that live are perfectly normal. They're awesome dudes. But, once in a while they have, I don't even think they ever had him on before live. Even if they had, sooner or later they'll get sick of his dumbass. Being sarcastic all the time. That's all he does. That's all he knows how to do is be sarcastic. And he's going to do it one too many times to them guys, and they're going to be like, fuck this idiot, man. We're not going to have him on here anymore. That's what happened with me. Running you guys off, man, not wanting to be on my lives because they're fucking running their mouths. He's doing the same thing on their channel. And it'll catch up with them there too. To each his own. You gonna send me some gauges for my Dremel? What kind of gauges? Gouges? I probably got them already. I just don't use them. But if you're not using them, you want to, go right ahead, brother. I'm not gonna stop you. If you think I got more use for them, I probably do have more use for them. But that's up to you. You don't have to. don't send me no tools that you might need to use. Keep them. You got 3 sets? All right, that's up to you, brother. I'll use them, that's for sure. But, you know, if they're just taking up space, go right ahead, brother. No, I'm being very careful doing this. I don't want to fucking slip off and get my leg or my thumb. I'm just getting some bulk out of here, then I'll go with the gouges. I don't have to take much out on an eating spoon. I've only got to go down about a 1/2 inch at the deepest here. But I could work on the shape of this bowl a little bit more here. I'm almost there. Fuck, man, always in the wrong fucking direction. I gotta watch where I'm at here because there's a transition here. Take a little more off of this front. Makes it easy. Most of the bulk that goes in your mouth should be that you're eating with it, not the spoon itself. Not that we got all big nozzles or anything, you know. That's looking good. I could be using a Dremel tool on this too, but that's not handmade, right? It is with your hands, but and it does get it done faster. But I like carving by hand. Then you know it's 100% handmade, right? So I got this fucking little divot right here. Oh, shit. Yeah, I gotta make me a nice pointed, longer Puko knife with a solid spine on it instead of these openals. It makes going through this harder wood a lot easier. Now when I do this, there's like a cup here. I got my shape right. That looks pretty damn good. Pretty fucking good. So now I'll put my lip here. And it's gonna go to like nothing in the front. This gives me a guide where I want to carve my bowl out. Because when you put the food in your mouth, that point's almost flat. Some spoons, if you look at them, they're like that. Now I can go along this pencil mark and start pulling material out. If this fucking spoon carver allow me to do that. This hard ass wood. Some guys will come in here like this too and go on an angle with the knife. Where's that one gouge in my hair? This works pretty good too. I'm gonna keep my hands clear from it. Like I said, I don't have to gouge out too much being a eating spoon. The most is right here in the back. Do you have an iPhone? Nope, mine's an Android. Oh, Cliff. You use a knife or a Dremel? I bought 3 new sets of my Drexel shit on me. Know the difference between tools. Use a knife or a Dremel? Dremel. Damn auto retard. Dremel, you damn auto retard. I hate auto too, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Smartphones say to say. Mm-hmm. Do you have an iPhone? No, Android. Same. I got an Android. I'll never patronize Apple. Fuck Apple company. Never own them. Never will. After what they did about the troops, they cooked themselves with me. And I'm used to Android. I've never had an Apple, so fuck them. Pardon my French, but you know. This probably worked better. Walk the dog. Walk the dog. I gotta spend some time to sharpen the shit out of my tools. That's my problem. I've carved so much, done so much with them, and I don't spend enough time with them like I should. I should have these things razor sharp before I carve anything, every time. But this thing here is just a cheaper bowl knife, man. I don't think I can get that sharp enough to fucking even make a difference. I'm gonna get the Mora makes professional carving tools. Believe it or not, Mora does. And I'm gonna start getting a lot of their professional carving shit. Because I love Mora, man. I collect Mora knives, so might as well. The last 3 upgrades are messing with the keyboard and letters you type with weird lights under the keyboard. Wow. It's easier just to put it on the table to fucking do it. Can't wait to see this thing oiled up. It's gonna be fucking beautiful. I love walnut, man. Walnuts, like, I wish I would have started a harvest crop when I was younger, like 20, 30 years younger. Get 10 acres and plant nothing but walnut trees on them and watch them grow, man. Then when you retire, they're worth about $10 million. Walnut will always sell. Always. Always a big demand for walnut. Cabinet industry, furniture industry, craft industry, there's just always a big demand for walnut, even with knife companies. If you got a young child, start them a cash crop in the cheapest land you could find, say like in Tennessee. Let them grow for 40 years. And then when your kid retires, 40, 50 years, he can cash that crop in, and you know what? They just get more and more expensive. I buy a live edge slab to do a table for somebody. It's $2,800 minimum for a walnut slab, just for an 8-foot table. So you can harvest one tree at about $11,000 to $15,000, one tree. So if you got a cash crop full of walnut trees, let them grow for 50 years. Look out. Your child and his children will be set. It's something to think about, you parents with younger children. Y'all with me? Sounds like you're falling asleep over here. Okay, see, I'm staying on the inside of this line and trying to go down as roughly as I can to get that back swoop of the spoon bowl. I'll show you what I mean here when I get her. Like I said, I can do this easily with a Dremel tool, but I'm not going to make the noise. I don't care too, really. This is relaxing for me, even though it's tough. And then the end result means more to me, and I do it all by hand. There's no power involved with this thing. You know, Jerry's spoon, I shaped the backside with the power tools. I'm here. I hear you, Cliff. So is Barbara. She's just getting tired. I can tell when Barbara's getting tired. She just stops talking much. Tell me you're ready to go to bed, Barbara. That's okay. You don't have to stay up any longer, but if you're enjoying what I'm doing, then stay up. Time is it? Almost, it's 2:45 here. I think it's 1:45 to midnight for Cliff. Another 15 minutes, he's gonna want to go. It's his Betty by time, ain't it, Cliff? Midnight. See, I bet guys like you that live in Alaska love it when lives are as late as mine, because most people quit here on the East Coast at midnight, and fuck, it's 9 o'clock where you're at, and you're like, holy shit, man, there ain't nobody on past 9 o'clock. Some phone bags. Cool. Phone bags. What the hell is phone bag? For putting your phone in? I don't understand that one. Yeah, I'm making some progress here in this gouge, man. It's going pretty good. I gotta define it a little more on these edges. Like a small purse for phones. A crossbody strap. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Phone bags. Okay, I thought you meant something to hold something down. Like bean bags, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I got you, though. They send me a picture of them. We'll show everybody when you're ready. You got a local thrift store or antique shop or boutique shop that you take your work to that they help sell for you? I got a boutique shop in town. She keeps bugging me to get some cowboy boot purses made for her store, and I don't do it. I gotta buy some more cowboy boots. I get them cheap from China for like $40. They get all kinds of patterns, everything from sunflowers to butterflies on them boots. And I tell you what, when I make them, man, they go as fast as I make them cowboy boot purses. And they're not cheap. My cheapest one is $200. If I put liners in them, and, pockets and bags and stuff like that in them, if I put liners and pockets in them, hell, they get up to $500, depending on what materials and how long it takes me to do it. But them women still buy them, man. I guess if they're going to spend here $600-700 on a Coach purse and some, without batting an eye, they'll buy a cowboy purse off me. Women here generally got a lot more money than the women down south. Not because they're better, it's just the work up here pays way more than it does down in the south. But our bills are more expensive than you guys got down there too. Slowly but surely, gouging her out. Sell things there they make. Yes, it's a bookstore actually, and local artist stuff. Nice. Yeah, that's what you need. It's not something. See, here they got consignment and rent. Rent a booth is like a space in an antique store is like $100 a month, and then they want to consign everything, so they get a certain percentage of what you sell, plus you pay $100 for the fucking space. That's how it is here. Down there, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. That's why I don't put my shit in them fucking places anymore. If they just charge 70, say 75, $100, they could charge me $125 a month for the space. But don't fucking take a chunk of my sales either. Fuck you. I'd rather sell on Amazon and eBay. You know what I mean? Coming along good here, man. on down. We are hospitable. Yeah, right. No, I'm not fucking left-handed, so I gotta try to get this side of the bowl. There we go. Yeah, at 3 o'clock I'm done carving. I think I'm done for the night. It's been long enough. 4 hours of carving. My wrist is starting to kill me. I'm sure my carpal tunnel will be bugging the shit out of me when I wake up in the morning. They did charge a booth price, but now they take 25%. Well, see, 25% is too much. I'd rather pay $100 a month for the booth. Because if you sell in big volume, they're making a hell of a lot more than they are charging you $100 a month for the space. $25%. Fuck that. That's twice as much as fucking eBay. Might as well just sell on eBay, man. You know, they got apps that tell you what you need to make. Say you nut crochet things, right? There's apps that'll tell you what sells the most in the crochet world. There's apps that'll tell you what sells the most in the woodworking world. That's the products you want to produce the most and sell because they sell. It's an AI app that actually tells you who's buying what around the world the most and what you love to do. And that's where you target your sales on, you know. You still enjoy crocheting just about anything. I still enjoy woodworking on just about anything myself. It's just where the higher volume of sales are going, you know. That's up to you, though. What makes you happy, how much you want to sell a week. But, man, 25% everything you sell, for each item you sell, that's a fucking ripoff. Because if you figure, if I sell 100 fucking EDC Hanks, pardon my French, I'm sorry, I don't need to be cussing. If I sell 100 EDC Hanks at a store in 1 month, that's $1,300. Okay? So essentially, they're getting $465 out of that $1,300 for doing absolutely nothing. No, screw you. I'll give you $100 a month for the spot, and that'll be it. And that's just one item. That's just the EDC. Hey, what if I sell 10 knives or 25 knives in the booth, in the space, plus, 13 EDC Hanks. That's how them stores make a killing. And down south, that's hard to believe because most of them states are recipient states where they get money from other states to pay their poor people. Meanwhile, the businesses there are ripping people off. That's not right. I'd tell them, you know what? You guys are double the price of eBay? Why is that? I wouldn't give them one dime over 12%. I'd just tell them, I go to eBay for 13%. So you either take 12% or the heck with you. I'll go elsewhere. There's somebody around there that'll do it for 12%. Just find them. They bend you over? Oh, yeah. You imagine that, Paul? Paying 23% for every knife that I make? Every EDC Hank or every wallet? No. Like I said, if you sell a hot commodity, You know, I mean, you're better off selling bigger volume online anyway, because your products will hit the world. You know, they pay for shipping. Locally, you can only sell so much, and then you're like times where you're sitting, product sitting. Yeah, I mean, they don't even do that up here. I mean, they get like, some places will go $100 a month, 100 quarter a month for a space, and you get like an 8 foot by 8 foot space, which is the best deal of all. But some will charge like 6 to 9% commission, you know, on what you sell. And some will do 6.6 to 9% plus $130 a month for the space. I guess it's how you negotiate, that's all. But you know, if you're talented and you're making goods that are hot commodities that sell everywhere around the country, that's being online is the only way to go if you want to make money. If the money don't matter to you and it's just a hobby and you love doing it, make a little bit of money in the process of doing it, then that's a different story. So it's all about what you want to do, not what I want to do. Man, 25%. Whew. Not. I'd rather go to a place there that takes $100 a month for a space. But you got to be selling over 100 a month, right? At least when you're paying 25%, if you don't sell nothing at all for the month, you ain't get stuck with $100. But, you know, better off selling anything online. That's why I want my eBay store to grow off my channels, you know. And I'm retired, so I'm not in a hurry, and I don't really need the money because I make way more money doing side jobs for cash and my pension. I'm done busting my ass. And the traffic varies, yeah. I mean, you don't know what the traffic's going to be in any given store at any month either. Here we get another Alaskan boy asking me from Alaska. No, my last truck was bought in Alaska, and it was made specifically for that area. The GNC Kodiak truck. You can buy them new there all over the place. Mine came from Northwest Canada. The owner's manual's in French. And that's what I named my business after, my GNC Kodiak limited edition pickup. GMC. I'm sure some of you have heard of the Kodiak edition out there in Alaska and Canada. I had one. I recently traded it in for the one I had, the Chevy truck I have now. It was getting old. Still in great shape, but just time for a new truck. But yeah, I named my page after that. I had the Kodiak bears on the side, back of the truck and on the two doors, and I thought it'd be cool to have the Kodiak logo on my back window to match everything. I missed the truck, but it was a 2009, and I had to get a newer one. So I got a 2019 now. Last couple years. You're in Illinois too? Oh yeah. You are, Paul. I know that. Yeah. I'll never sold anything on eBay just by. Well, start you an eBay store. You might be surprised how much volume. You can always advertise on my page, my channel here. You can advertise on any of the channels you go on, you know. You know, you get friendly with everybody, and yeah, okay. You know, knife community. Once they know you got an eBay store, they'll start buying. I've got several customers that are subscribers to my channel. They buy shit every week. You know, you come out with great stuff, they're gonna buy it off you. Especially, it means more to them that they know you. You know, from here in the knife community, and then it just builds up from there. So try it. YouTube will teach you how to make a lot of money, and not a lot of money. I mean, to make money. I don't mean to say a lot of money. You can make a lot of money on eBay. But YouTube will show you anything you want to know about selling online, whether it's eBay or any other platform. YouTube is YouTube University. It'll teach you anything any college will teach you. Most of the talents I got came from YouTube. Except for woodworking, it just came natural. I've been doing it for 50 years, since I was 10 years old. First woodworking classes when I was 10 years old in grade school. I made a checkerboard, and I still have it. I still own that checkerboard. My first high school project that I made was a hope chest. I gave it to my mom, and then my senior year, I built her a knick-knack cabinet. She still got it. And I built myself a captain's desk, but I got rid of it. I wish I still had it, but you know, you can't keep everything. A while back, I thought we were having a tornado. Turns out there were some in the area. Oh, that's every year, Paul. There's always tornadoes in the area in Illinois. We've had 2 tornadoes back to back, 4 miles away from my house here. Wiped out the whole town, the whole south end of Coal City, the town next to me. 12 months later, the same month, same week of the month as the last one occurred, it happened again. They rebuilt them houses and wiped them back out again. Look up the tornadoes in Coal City and see what you see, Paul. It's crazy. 2 years in a row it happened. Them people sold out and got the hell out of Dodge, man. You don't use IG, Instagram? AKA boy, you want Instagram? Oh, okay. So one Alaskan's talking to another Alaskan right now. That's what's going on. You guys might be neighbors and not even know it. I still got a relative lives there. Reggie Bever, Anchorage, Alaska. You don't want to run into him. That motherfucker's done beat up everybody. He beat up everybody here in Illinois, and he went to Alaska and beat up everybody there. And there's been rumors that he knocked out a grizzly there one year. He's a big son of a bitch, man. My cousin Reggie. He's like 380 pounds, but he's solid muscle. He's been in Alaska for 50 years now. And I haven't seen him since he left Illinois 50 years ago. He still talks to some of my family members, but I'm sure at his age now, he's in his mid-70s. He's probably slowed the hell down. But he still loves living off the land there in Alaska. That's why he moved there. You go to Anchorage and ask anybody if they know who Reggie Bever is. They'll tell you. Why? Why do you want to know? Yeah, he probably knows him, Barber. Ask him if he knows a Reggie Bever in Anchorage, Alaska. He's known by all the locals there. Not to fuck with him, that's for damn sure. I'm getting the spoon bowl done, almost done here, guys. A little bit of sanding. It's ready to eat. It's ready for dinner tomorrow for me. I'll make me a bowl of chili and break it in right. I'm just fucking carving away here. Enjoying myself. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Cliff. He says, all right, you gonna hit the sack there, Paul? You go to bed, Paul. It's getting late. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. It's only midnight for your buddy, Cliff. Right, buddy? Man, this is called making a bowl the hard way. But, like I said, I'm going to get them new tools. That'll be it. I'm going to buy the whole set. And then you guys will see me make this on my other YouTube channel instead of here. I'll be mostly knives. I want to switch the leather over to the other channel too. So when you guys come to my Kodiak Edge Bladesmithing, you'll see me doing nothing but repairing, custom modding, and building custom knives. You know, the leather work is... You'll still see some of my leather work, but not as much. How's that look, y'all? Getting there, huh? That's gonna scoop up some good grub there. Now I can get a fine bladed knife and refine these cuts, make them a little smoother. I need to sharpen this one back up so I can come along here and just get these little facets off of here. If I wanted to, I could put this on the belt sander and get it really baby ass smooth, but that's not handmade. I'm pretty happy with where it's at now. What happened to my... Oh, Jesus. Huh. Okay. Oh. What time is it? Oh, it's past time. You're in Alaskan time. I'm on Alaskan time, laughing out loud. Yeah, you are. Midnight you go to bed, huh? Alaskan time. A little more gouging. I got 9 subscribers on my first live tonight, or last night when I started. So I wonder how many I'm getting now. Probably another 6. It'd be nice if I get another 9. I want to get to 7,000 subs before the middle of the year. I'll be happy at about 7,500 subs. I'm only about 1,500 away. How is it going? Who's Mr. Jordan? What's happening, Mr. Jordan? One time I carved out a spoon out of the wilderness. Forgot to bring a spoon, so I had to carve a spoon. Well, hey, it's a good skill to learn just for that, right? You gotta eat with something. A lot easier than your face. And you learn to make these things faster if you're out in the wilderness, especially when it's cold out. They don't have to be too fancy either. Just get the food in your mouth. My bushcraft channel, when I get rolling on it, I'm gonna show people how to make the quick and easy spoon and fork, just out of twigs and things, where you're eating in less than a half an hour. Because if it's cold out, you don't want to be doing this for 4 hours. Especially when you only have 4 hours of daylight though while you're there. Now I'm going along this pencil line here, trying to get it perfect to the pencil line. Ah, Mr. Jordan. Yes, Birch left it where I made it. Hi, Cliff. How's it going, Mr. Jordan? Come on here once in a while. I come here every once in a while. Cool, Mr. Jordan. Appreciate it. Just a quick, easy, make it have a quick snack. Yep. Hi, Paul. How are you? Said Mr. Jordan. Pretty good. How about yourself? I'm good, thank you. The old spoon is looking pretty good. It's getting there, Earl from Virginia. How's it going, man? I remember you the other night. Welcome back. I thought you was going to bed, Paul. Oh, you're on Alaskan time. You won't go to bed till 3 o'clock in Alaska, right? Like I said, the deepest part of the spoon is in the back here, so I gotta start taking out more in the back here. This gouge is doing its job, man. Slowly but surely, but it's doing the job. This is how they used to do it before they had the bowl spoons. They just used gouges. One of these days I'm going to show you guys how I make bread bowls. I might have one down here. Hold on. Well, I know I do somewhere, but I can't find it right now. I know I got one upstairs. I'll show you guys Next time I carve something, I'll get it ready before I go live. I make them big bread bowls, you know, that sit as a centerpiece on your tables. I hand carve them too, but I got a bowl adze for that. It's like a hatchet, but it's a gouge like this, but it's real big gouge. It's called a bowl adze, and I just whittle away and it fucking howls it out. Oh, what's up, buddy? Can't sleep. Miss Emma Mouse says. Oh, I agree, Mr. Mouse, but I have to do what I can do without going to jail. What are we talking about, Mr. Jordan? I dropped by because I was wondering about your opinion on knives for self-defense and how important sharpness is. Asking from the terrible country of Canada. First of all, Canada is not a terrible country, but we all talk about our own countries as terrible, like I do about the United States all the time. Gun laws are stupid. Yep, I hear you. So I would say for your self-defense knife, and I make them. I make fighting knives with the Wharncliffe blade, and keep it well sharp. That thing will cut a deeper entry wound than any knife that you use, because the angle of the front of the blade forces the blade down as it's going forward. So you get a much deeper and wider, not deeper, but a much wider entry wound, and it severs more arteries and veins as it enters, because the Wharncliffe at the front, the 45-degree angles, essentially as it's going in, forces the blade to go down as it goes in. So instead of this going straight in, this here, it's only going to cut whatever it's going straight into. Whereas that Wharncliffe blade's pushing it down as it goes in. It's going in like almost at the same angle as the Wharncliffe front itself, for almost 45 degrees. So you're severing more veins with a Wharncliffe. It's the most deadliest fighting blade you can have. And a straight blade will slice a lot more across an arm than a curved one. So the Wharncliffe is the way to go when it comes to fighting and survival. Or not survival, but fighting and self-defense. A lot of the SEAL team members and the recons are switching to it. And then as far as keeping it sharp, just keep it sharp. It'll do its job. You know, edge geometry is everything when it comes to how effectively and quickly a knife can accurately cut and fast. So get something that has a Wharncliffe blade that retains an edge longer, which would be a harder super steel. If sharpening is a factor, if you love to sharpen, then get a high carbon steel, but you got to take care of the steel if it's not stainless. So your best bet is to get a knife that has a minimum probably S90V or up. You don't have to sharpen as much, and more importantly than the steel though is edge geometry. Edge geometry plays on how well a knife can cut efficiently and quickly. So you got to do a little research. You know, a hollow, something that's 17 degrees is going to cut more quickly than something that's at 22.5 degrees. And a lot of things are in factors here. The steel, edge geometry is always #1 factor when it comes to cutting something. Edge geometry means everything. You could take something made out of D2 with a better edge geometry than something with MagnaCut, and it's going to cut better than the knife with MagnaCut. Because edge geometry is everything. So a little research and what's comfortable. Find a knife that's comfortable in your hand, because you know everybody's knives, everybody's guns feel differently in everybody's hand. Not a warrant cliff, a Warren cliff. Something preferably with a 17-degree angle cutting edge on it. 17 degrees edge geometry, it'll cut much quicker than something. A lot of these modern knives have 23 to 25 degree edges. If you're going to fight and you want to slice quickly, you want something in the 7-3. Like kitchen knives. They're so efficient in the kitchen because they're only 12 to 14 degrees. You know, the Victorinox knife cuts so efficiently with such a thin blade because it's thin. You know, its edge geometry is about 12 to 17 degrees. You ever notice how sometimes the Victorinox never seems like it's getting dull? That's why. Because it cuts so efficiently, it takes a long time for it to dull. So steel don't mean shit when it comes to edge geometry. Like I said, you could... You know, high carbon steel can outcut something in MagnaCut if its edge geometry is way better. I'm getting real happy with this here. Real happy. I think I got it about almost done here in this bolt. A little touching up with the sandpaper. Good old gouges work every time. Well, I'll tell you what. You want to get the best Wharncliffe fighting blade out, just go for Janix from Spyderco. You know? Yo Jimbo. It's the best fucking fighting knife out right now that you can actually get. And I think they're making the Yo Jimbo now on a fixed blade. Or you can get one made for me. I'll show you mine. I made several of these knives. I've actually got an old mate, SEAL Team 6, that wanted one made. So I made him one. And he's carrying it right now. This is the first one I made. And this is a horizontal draw. It goes on your belt horizontally. I cross draw right here. Carry it right here. Pull it out. It's a Wharncliffe blade. It's razor sharp. That thing, as this enters, that blade pushes down. This angle forces the blade to go down. So you're not cutting a straight in gash. Or straight in cut. You're cutting a gash that's going down. This blade's cutting down and in at the same time. So this is my first one I made. And it's got a skull crushing pommel on it for hitting somebody in the head and breaking it open. And the handle is basically designed to fit in your hand in this position perfectly. The swell here, the swell there, your fingers in here perfectly. And when you turn it around, it's the same way. It's designed to be right in the swells at the right place. You know, this is my fighting knife. The only better knife than this would be a folder, which would be the Spyderco Yojimbo. And here's the newest one I made. Got a vine pattern carved on this one. I kind of carved the hell out of it. Put these cool looking scales on it. Put me a Kodiak Grizzly on there. I haven't made a sheath for it yet. I need to. It won't fit in this one because it does. It does, but it actually does stay in there. I'll be damned. Huh. But I gotta make a sheath for it. But this is my fighting knife, and I decided to go a little skinnier in the handle on this one. Not much, but just enough. See here? The back's a lot skinnier. Still got the skull crushing pommel. But this is designed for fighting. That's why I made it. I haven't sharpened this in I don't know how long. See if it's still cut. Oh yeah, this thing will rip right through flesh. And see what I mean? When you go in with a Wharncliffe, watch what happens. Here's where I'm going to enter. I'm going to put the tip of my blade right there, okay? And then I'll do it on a regular piece of paper, so pay attention to this. I'll put my tip right on that, right? So when this goes in, that Wharncliffe's forcing that blade downward, watch. If I can hold this right. Okay. See how much further down it traveled? Now it's going straight in. But it's going to continue. The inner parts of the body are going to continue this blade to keep going down like this. That's the size of hole you're going to put in somebody's body with a blade almost essentially twice as thick. See that? Now when you use a regular blade, see the difference? You're only going to get an entry the size of the thickness of the width of that blade. That's it. So you're only going to sever veins and arteries in the general area where this is going. Whereas this will continually push that blade down as it's going in. You can see the difference in the hole. So you're almost severing twice as much area with that blade as it's entering. Because this will continue to push that blade down as it goes into the body. Not just at the flesh. That's why I say get a Wharncliffe. Best self-defense knife bar none is the Cold Steel OSI. Is it a Wharncliffe? If it ain't, I wouldn't want it. Now, like I said, most self-defense knives are a matter of preference and training. You don't want to buy a self-defense weapon, a gun for self-defense, or a knife for self-defense if you don't train self-defense with it. What good is going to a shooting range and shooting a gun and say, "Oh man, I'm great at shooting a target. I can hit the bullseye every time." But you know what? Nothing replaces tactical training with either weapon. Because there's a funny thing that happens to the blood flow in your body when adrenaline kicks in, where you have to enter the fight or flight mode. Unless you've experienced it before in your life, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So most people that buy guns, they just go to a shooting range, they're better off just staying home. They ain't protecting themselves nor anybody around them because they're not trained with it. They're just a shooting range. They're just a target range shooter. Big difference when your adrenal glands kick in and all the blood rushes out of your extremities to come up to your vitals and protect your vitals. And that's what happens. If you don't learn to control the fight or flight mode, of the adrenaline rush that you're going to get from somebody pulling a gun or a knife out on you. If you can't control that, you're dead. I don't care how many times you hit a bullseye on a firing range. It don't mean shit. I don't care how many badass knives you own if you never trained with one. When it comes time to actually using one, big difference. That's what separates the has and has-nots when it comes to combat warfare or self-defense. Those who train vigorously, continually. I still go to shooting classes, and I still go to martial arts classes. I've been doing it since I was 13 years old. I've done it in the military. I've been there, done that, man. I know what fight or flight mode means. And trust me. If you don't train with these weapons, you're utterly useless with them. They mean nothing. Who pays so much in taxes? I'm just hoping we become with 51 states so I can avoid this headache. Oh, I hear you, man. You know, I'm going to move the hell out of Illinois because I'm sick of the taxes in the highest living state in the country now. I'm just sick of them ripping me off. I'm retired. I'm about ready to get the hell out of here. Sell it all. Start a new chapter in my life, the rest of my life in North Carolina. Way less taxes. Way less living expenses. Yeah, I'll give you $3. Current buyback where they want us to pay $2 for 2,500 rifles. Literally, this seemed like a joke, but it's real. Yeah, they want to find out who has them, and then, so they can take them from you. You know what? Loose lips sink ships. Leave them rifles at your house. Don't tell anybody you got them. It's like AR-15s are illegal in Illinois now. They don't know what I have. They don't know if I own an AR-15 or not. And they're not gonna know. Loose lips sink ships. You know what I mean? If I go on Facebook or YouTube and brag about my weapons, they're gonna know I got them. And probably come after them. Yeah, don't let nobody know you got them until you need them. And that's what they're for. And you just realize it's better to be judged by a panel of 12 than carried by a panel of 6. It's your call. One of my military instructors, he lives right by me here. He moved in the general area where I grew up at. I was shocked when I ran into him one day, and he's a master sergeant teaching tactical shooting classes here in Illinois. So I signed up for his classes, and that's what he said. He's always said that, even while I was in the military. He says it's better to be judged by a panel of 12 than carried by a panel of 6. It's your call. You can't take guns in Chicago. Can't have a blade over 2 3/4 inches. I do. I carry a gun in Chicago. I carry a 4 or 5 inch blade on me. Nobody knows I have it. If I need it, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Cold steel's awesome. I ain't got nothing against cold steel. But if they ain't got a badass Warncliffe knife for me, I'm the hint. If it's my life depending on it, that's what I'm going to carry. I'd rather carry my own. Because I know I made it and I can rely on it. You can rely on a cold steel too, but it's got to be Warncliffe. That's what I love to carry. I'm sure they got a Warren clip. I haven't looked into it, but I'm sure they do. All right, I can't go any deeper on that. I go a little deeper in the back here. Yeah, my wrists are gonna kill me when I wake up in the morning. I just know that. I'm doing this. You know, knives and guns are tools. You know, it's like me being a carpenter all my career. If I didn't get good with that hammer, or I didn't get good with that saw, I couldn't have made the money I made with them. You know, I made the tool make me money. Work for me, not me for it. Same with a knife and a gun. Let the tool work for you. But like I said, if one guy loves cold steel and the other guy loves Spyderco, you know, the guy that loves the cold steel is going to say, the only way to go is cold steel. Well, that's his opinion, and that's what he loves and what feels best in his hands. It's not what feels best in my hands, or, well, cold steel always feels good in my hands, but Joe Schmo, you know, whatever feels good in his hands, whatever if he likes Spyderco, that's what's always going to feel good in his hands. You know, it's what people are most comfortable with, what feels the best in their hands. You know, I mean, I would encourage them to try out different cold steel knives till you find one that is comfortable in your hand. But that doesn't mean they're any better, other than the Triad lock, than any other knife or knife company. It just, you know, everything's a factor. How comfortable is it? What's the edge geometry? What are you using it for? What kind of tool is it going to be used for? Tool is going to be used as, I should say. And it's all what feels comfortable to you. And if you love cold steel, you buy cold steel. If you love Spyderco or Buck or any other knife company, you buy that. Whatever feels comfortable to you. That's what your life depends on, not the guy that tells you that you should have this brand or that brand. They're not the ones carrying it. They're not the ones their life's dependent on it. It's what you want. Todd's still here? I don't know. I haven't heard of him lately. Probably not. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Still thinking this here needs to be a little skinnier. I just need to quit jagging with it and be done with it. Start sanding it tomorrow and be done with it. You got to know when to say when. And I think now all I got to do is sand it. It looks pretty damn good. Oh, what the hell happened here? That's not good. What the fuck? Now I gotta take this whole side down to match it. Oh, come on, man. It looks like a gouge. Man. Ain't done yet. You know what? I can bring it down. I don't need this bowl to be this deep in the front. I think it'll look better down anyway. There we go. That looks good. You gotta watch the direction I'm carving here. Come on, man. That looks good. All right, now, maybe a little more. God almighty, what happened there? I got a little too much bowl anyway, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Man, I'm like there's a point here to where the grains come together, and it's like you gotta be real fucking careful, or it gouges out. That's what happened to me there. See that little minute gouge right there inside the bowl. It doesn't have to be this deep in front, so I can bring it down till that's gone. As long as it looks symmetrical. I figured you'd say you didn't need to. Tried anything else as far as self-defense? What are you talking about? After training for 25 years, teaching 15, I'd say grip is what I need for self-defense. Oh yeah, I mean, a good grip is always a must with a knife. That's where comfortable comes in. That's where reliability, comfortable, it works together. I mean, if you're not comfortable with a certain knife, certain handle, you got to switch it up. But that's where the training comes in. Exactly. So everybody's not the same though when it comes to comfort and likings in a knife. You cannot ever say that one knife is always the best knife to have in a self-defense situation, because it's not. It's what you train with and what you're comfortable with more than anything. And I love my cold steels, just like you, Cliff. I think they're awesome knives. I mean, I think a triad lock should be on every knife, every folding knife. And some people probably don't like the triad lock. Now, I got a deep ass bowl here. I mean, rim here. I need to start shortening this rim up. I mean, it's like, I think it's too wide. More of an angle on it. Man, there's that gouge area. See, I gotta be careful here. Ah. Hmm. What time is it? Almost 4. Okay, 4 o'clock. I'm done, guys. Oh man, I'm missing a lot of my chat. Now my chat log's not scrolling. What the hell? Uh, from that Barbara, just thought I'd throw that one out there, laughing out loud, maybe a dumb question. Is a tonneau point the same as a Warncliffe? No. Not even close. Think about it. Think about this. A tonneau has an edge here. That's sharp. And that's the edge. That's sharp. That's sharp. Okay. And you stick it in somebody. This doesn't push down. It hinders. So you're better off slashing, you know, doing this with tonneau, and then coming back and doing a reverse stab. So it's slice and stab, slice and stab. Okay, because that blade is like this, boom, boom. All right, so you're better off slicing and stabbing with Tonto. With this, it's with a straight blade, no curve. As you slash somebody with it, it's going to cut all the way across the blade. Whereas something like this might only hit this part of the blade when they come across. See what I'm saying? But, again, this is pushing the blade down. A Tonto will not push a blade down. It won't push it up that way because that's dull. This is sharp. It can't push it up. If this was dull on a tonneau, it would push it up as it goes in, but it don't. So you flip this around. This is dull, so it forces the blade down. See what I mean? So a tonneau is basically good for slashing. Yep, they're everywhere. Ballerina. So sharp edge ain't going to force a blade down or up. A sharp 45-degree edge of the tonneau. It's just going to make its own little cut before the other edge does the cut. Like I said, they're good for slicing and stabbing. You know. You got two different ways of fighting. This way, where this hand protects your you know, because if you get hit here real hard, the knife will, pressure point will come right out of your hand. Whereas this protects that pressure point. A lot of guys like to fight with it like that. Protect the pressure point, come across, slice and stab, you know, go across the jugular and into the side of the head. That's where a Tonto is really effective. But again, like I said, this is really effective for the same purposes, and that's, damn it, not a scratch on it. Tough as nails. All right, you hear it hit the concrete? Anyways, slice, stab. And now when I stab with this blade is going to force this thing to cut deeper into the head as it's going in. That tonneau ain't. It's just going to go. Nothing like getting a new knife you've been really wanting. That ain't no shit. You got your black Talon from Cold Steel. I'm going to have to look that one up. I can't even remember what it looks like. But I bet you love it. Now you can put the other one down for a while, huh? The one you done wore out that you got in the mail, huh? Oh. I just need to keep going with this gouge here, I guess. Get rid of this lip. It's a little too big. I'll get it with the sander. Well, with my hand sanding, I mean. Man, I gotta be careful with this gouge. This fucker takes off some shit now. And chisel ground craziness. Wicked looking blade. What in the hell? I'm looking at my screen. Something, it froze for some reason. What the hell? What in the hell? I think I just gotta hit this with sandpaper and I'm golden. I think I'm happy with the way it is. I could take a sharp edge down, scrape it if I wanted to. This will flatten it out. That's rough on the knife there, buddy. I got some cabinet scrapers I use. Oh. Yeah, see here? From here back. Ooh, I gotta watch it here again. See what I mean? I'm flattening this out now, this rim, till it gets to about right here. You don't want no rim all the way around it. You want that food to come off that spoon real nicely when you eat. The carve does say it's a warrant. The carve does say it's a Warncliffe. What are we talking about now? The cold steel carve 3.75 inch self-defense. When it comes to our law, the shorter the better. So wondering if you think it would be effective. Well, yeah, I mean, even a 3.5 inch blade Warren clip is going to cut a wider gash than a blade like this going straight in. You know, it doesn't matter how long the blade is. It's only going to be this wide when it goes into the body. But with the Warren clip, even if it is, you know, this is 4/4. If it's 3.5 that wide, it's going to make a wider gash going in than this will. Even though the blade's longer, it's still only going to go straight in. Follow me? You're going to sever more vitals with a wider gash than you are with a straight in gash. And, you know, if the blade range proximity is around the same, you know, if the longer the Warren clip, yeah, the wider the gash it's going to make going in, because it continually pushes itself down as it enters. But a 5-inch blade isn't going straight in, is less deadlier than a 3.5-inch going in and down at the same time. It's hitting more vitals. Because 3 to 5 inches, it ain't that much of a difference when it comes to a Warren clip blade. A 3-inch, 5-inch blade on a Warren clip will do more damage than a 6-inch blade will going in straight. That's all there is to it. Good night, Barbara. We'll see you on the next one. You have a good day too when you wake. God bless you, girl. Thanks for everything. Thanks for all you do, girl. Thanks for everybody in my knife community. I enjoy talking to you all. Look at I cut my shirt carbon. Well, might as well use this for a work shirt, right? I do anyways. It's a Carhartt, so. Alright, what do we got here? A little thick on this side. I'm about done myself, y'all. Yep, the back of the spoon is always the deepest part of the spoon. The front part that you want it to release the food. So you don't want a big lip in the front. I mean, you don't really need a big lip on any of it, to tell you the truth. It just got to be deeper. Larry Lurkinus. What the hell? I'm losing my chat again. Man, I miss a lot of the chat because my fucking thing won't scroll. No, Paul, I mean, yeah, a knife win or three, yeah. I mean, I've got self-defense knives in there. I got a Warncliffe with a inch and a half blade on, and it's all you train, man. I mean, I could sever several veins with that inch and a half blade and kill somebody within 14 seconds with it. It just depends on how you train with the knife. It doesn't have to be the biggest, baddest looking knife in the woods. You're not Crocodile Dundee. You know what I mean? Just in the movies. That ain't a knife. This is a knife. Knife don't mean shit. It's how well you're trained with it. And I got an inch and a half blade. It'll kill you just as fast as a 14-inch bowie will. If not faster. I sever your jugular or your femur artery, your coronary artery in your leg, you're dead in 14 seconds. It's just how you train to do that. You know? It doesn't have to be the biggest knife in the neck of the woods. It's just how well you train with what you got. You know? You can kill somebody with a fucking butter knife if you train with it. And like I said, it comes down to what you're comfortable with and how you train with it. That you know the weapon is an extension of your arm and that you're comfortable completely with it. All right. I'm about done with this thing and the night. Yeah, just go for shits and giggles. Go get me some sandpaper. Sand a little bit on this. Maybe the best thing right now. I mean, I'm at the point where all the facets have been. Do you have Canadian knife stores? Won't Blade HQ ship to Canada? Yeah, they'll ship to Canada, I think, won't they? Right. Always online. All right. Good night, Mouse or Sean. We'll talk to you later, brother. Thanks. God bless you. Be safe. So, anyways, enough said about fighting knives. That was a long topic. Or was I the only one dragging it out? I don't know. Just train and train. All you gotta do, man. Make that fucking knife an extension of your hand. Make that knife a tool that reacts and doesn't have to be forced out to protect yourself. You only react to protect yourself. And to get this thing perfectly rounded here, get rid of some of this here, that lip, so it don't drive me nuts. Ow! I knew that was going to happen. It didn't stick myself, thank God. Just give me a little stinger. Maybe this will work well here. Yeah. All right. Knocking some nice facets off with this thing now. Flattening it out. Make it nice and smooth. Look how smooth that thing's making that in there, man. Taking all these facets out the inside now. Nice. I don't have to sand it much then. Ooh, better watch my finger, man. I got a little cut going on there. Look at that. Tell me that some bitch ain't no cut. Looks nice. G-man, past your bedtime. Yeah, I'm telling you what, it is. I was supposed to get up at 9 o'clock, go to my father's, my stepfather's, mom's. But I don't have to. Not no big deal. He knows how to apply for a permit. I just got to get this drawing done. I'm going to build a garage for my folks. They got a carport and they want me to turn it into a garage. So that's what we're going to get a permits done for. Today sometime. Man, that's looking good. I'm gonna have to record myself eating something with this. What do you think? That looking good? Starting to get a lot more rounded in there. See what I mean though? You don't want no lip around here, this whole area. Just in the back where it holds the food from coming off. Man, that son of a bitch thing cut me a little bit, didn't it? Each one gets a little better. Oh yeah. Well, this is the kneaded spoon, not a stirring spoon. Stirring spoons are easy to make. But I try to make each one look nicer though, because use nicer wood every time. That's the key. Black walnut's gonna look way better than that fucking Osage orange. Sand this out and get the grain pot really nice. But I'm pretty much there, man. I'm happy with the way it looks. Time to sand. I'm not gonna bore you guys with sanding, but we'll get a little piece and maybe do a little of the handle. Right. So scrape the flat. You'll see these shavings come off of here, man. It's pretty crazy how this works. See them little tiny shavings? That cabinet scraper takes it eliminates a lot of sanding because it flattens the wood really quick. See them shavings? Then I got a rounded one here. See that rounded one can scrape here. I'm not gonna do that though. I just want this handle to be nice and flat. So the sandwich on it. See, I can still feel it where it's a little wavy. And that's what this scraper, you can see here. It's taking it off ever so slightly. But ain't nothing better than my belt sander. That's done, right? That's what I'll probably do. Just hit it real quick on the belt sander. This is a lot of elbow grease. I'm done with it, man. I want to use it. This one I might carve something on the top. I might put a floral pattern down here. You see all the ridges? You know, I can cut them out. Spend more time cutting them out. Scrape them. Or sand it on the power sander. I'd rather put it on the power sander. Like a hand planer of sorts, yeah. It's a cabinet scraper. I mean, it's used in the industry for making cabinets. It saves a lot of sanding, is what it does. It saves a lot of sandpaper. I'm doing flat surfaces and shit. They got really big cabinet scrapers, and All kinds of different cabinet scrapers. Just watch a video on YouTube about cabinet scrapers. You'll understand it. It eliminates a lot of sanding. He essentially gets this fucking wood baby flat smooth if you keep at it. But I gotta get this really sharp to take this wood down quick. This is doing a good job too. See, like right in here, this rough spot, these rough spots in here. Nice little Dremel tool, take that down quick.